All right, good morning. Just doing a quick check-in. I want to start going through some of the habits that we've gone through, some of the things we've already spoken about, and just go back and just kind of refresh, renew, remind what these main principles are of this program, the things that we really want to start to at least get a grasp on in terms of how we incorporate these into our day, into our week, into our life, and just this habit of establishing habits. And the first thing that we've got on our tracker is eating whole foods. And for me, I gave two ways that I think about this or how I could check this box for myself. And one is, can I get at least 2 of my 3 meals a day where they're clean? There's no packages, no processed foods, single ingredients. So a breakfast for me might look like eggs, avocados, blueberries, bananas. I even do yogurt, so I don't count this as a processed food because the yogurt I eat Greek yogurt, even though it does come in a package. So there's always a little bit of wiggle room in there, but that makes sense to me and that works for me, and that helps me get my second habit of protein first. But another way that I've thought about this, and another way I think that you could incorporate this, is the 800 grams of fruit and vegetable throughout the day, and that's super important from a standpoint of just fiber. But the other thing that that does is that's really, if you put that much of your diet into the fruit and vegetable portion, I think it's going to be really hard to get too far off track with the rest of your eating throughout the day. So these are 2 different ways to think about it. I think you're going to mostly end up at the same place. But if there's something else that you guys have thought of, if there's another kind of way you think about this or how you keep track of this, I'd love to know. The idea for me is to keep this simple. I don't want to be counting calories. I don't want to be looking at all the ingredients on, or the nutrients on every single piece of food I'm eating and trying to figure out how many calories I get throughout the day. I eat till I'm not hungry anymore. Not even till I'm necessarily full, but eat till I'm not hungry anymore. So if I'm doing that, I'm eating these, mostly good, clean foods throughout the day. Like, that's going to take care of the food bucket, for the majority of it. And so I'd love to know, again, what you guys are doing. If this is a challenge for you, it's not easy to get this type of food when we're on the run and on the go, going out to eat, hitting all the fast food places. It's just hard to do this in our convenient society. So this habit, although it's really simple, it's probably one of the more challenging ones, I think, for most of us. So just know that, and that there might be a lot of false starts to this. So it's having these things prepared, like having this food in the house for me is essential. If I don't plan for this, it is so easy to get off track. So I've got to have this stuff in my fridge. And I've got to have things like, even just like rice or meat that's in the freezer. Makes it really easy for me to, if I didn't prepare for the week properly, I can pull something out of the freezer. I've got something in the pantry that, again, like a rice or a potato or something like that, I can pretty easily whip up a decent meal that fits within these guidelines. So that's for the first habit for the day, or for the that we've reviewed. Keep tracking these things. Pay attention to these things. These habits, or whatever variation of these habits makes sense to you. This really is the foundation for everything else that we do, and it affects our health, it affects our fitness, and everything that is impacted by those. So keep tracking these things. Let me know where I can help you at, and we'll see you here soon. Thank you.